So this is the equation of a circle, and since we know that h comma k in this equation is the center of a circle, r is the radius, and x, y is any point on the circle that is the radius distance away from the center. So let's look at a problem. The equation of a circle C is x plus 4 squared plus y minus 5 equals 81. So what is the center and the radius? So we know that h comma k is equal to negative 4 because it's a negative h up here, so it'd be like writing x minus negative 4 and square plus y minus 5. So we know that our h value is negative 4 and our k value is 5, which you wrote here. And then we use that in the Pythagorean theorem. So you write 4 squared plus 5 squared equals 9 squared. And 9 squared is like the radius squared. So we know that our radius is equal to 9. So to find the equation with a circle, well, I draw out the radius here, and then you know that this is y and this is k, so this side must be y minus k. And then this side is x and this is h, so this side must be x minus h. And we know that this is a right triangle. So when we find out it's a right triangle, we know we can use Pythagorean theorem. So we know that the equation must be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared, which is our radius. And this is our equation for a circle. To find coordinate points on the circle in the first quadrant, what you have to do is, well, when you're given a radius, you know that you can draw a right triangle. So here is the radius, and the radius in this case is 6. So when you know that 6 and you're given your x value, then you can plug that into the Pythagorean theorem. So you can plug in 3 squared plus b squared equals 6 squared. And you solve that to get b equals 1.73. And that is your y value. You can also find a point on a circle if you are given a degree measure. So in order to do that, you have to use trig ratios. So we know that this triangle, or the triangle that we draw, because we know that this angle is 60 degrees. So in order to find out the measures, and let's say the radius is 30, well, in order to find out the side measures, what we have to do is use trig ratios. So for this one, we would use adjacent and hypotenuse, which is cosine. And then when we're finding this side, what we want to use is sine. And we should remember that sine are going to be our y value, while cosine is going to be our x value. So when we do our trig ratios, sine 60 equals opposite over the hypotenuse, which is 3. We get 2.6, and when we do cosine 60 equals a over 3, we get 1.5. And that is our coordinate points. Okay, so let's say we're trying to find the measurements for a triangle that is in the third quadrant. So you see the radius is still the same, and this degree is about 210 degrees around. But since we can't do 210 degrees in a triangle, we're going to treat this as 30 degrees because it is 30 degrees past the mark of 180 degrees. So when we're trying to find the side measures in the second quadrant, we did the same as in the first quadrant where we used trig ratio. So in this example, the hypotenuse is saying 3, and you see our base or our a value is 1. Or we don't use trig ratios, we use Pythagorean theorem. So our a value is 1 plus b squared equals 3 squared. And you subtract the 1 squared, and that is just 2 squared equals b squared, and you square root it, and it's just 2, and r equals 2, or b equals 2.